Good evening and welcome to Active Citizens Parliament. Tonight we focus on three stories that could shape the Nigerian political landscape come 2027. My name is Sharon Enemchuku. Joining me live in the studio, I have with me Ifoma Oji as usual, and a new guest on the show, political analyst extraordinaire, Mr. Wisdom Okechukwu. Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
Everybody.
How are you
Good
doing?
evening. I'm very fine. How you girls doing?
Oh, we're good.
You girls look very lovely this evening.
I like that you're calling us girls. You're feeling so young. Well, yeah, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Now, we are going straight to the stories that we have for today. And we're starting all the way with the presidency. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has formally presented nominees for key positions in the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to the National Council of State. Now, secondly, a bloc of northern leaders within the People's Democratic Party, PDP, is endorsing former President Goodluck Jonathan for a possible comeback in 2027. And finally, a former top official of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, has been sentenced to 24 years in prison for embezzling 318 million naira of public funds. Now, these are the stories and some of the details, and we're going straight with what is happening in INEC. The other day on the show, we talked about the appointment of an active INEC chairman, and there are a lot of things that we said. Mr. Daniel had his own reservations, but there was something that he said. He said this is just the acting chairman, and this person's tenure, this person's time would not exceed even a week. And honestly, barely days after, we are seeing nominations have already been sent to the state to approve. Now, the names of the list of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu possible INEC chairman is Professor Joash Amupetan, Justice Abdullahi, Mohammed Liman, and Professor Lai Olurede. Now, these are the nominees for the INEC chairman. And I'm going to start with you, Ifoma. First of all, we are looking at the appointment of a new INEC chairman. And there are a lot of controversies with INEC, especially the, immediate INEC chairman, President of Mahmoud Yakubu, and the 2023 elections. For these nominees now, what criteria, is there any similar criteria that we're seeing from before now when INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu was appointed and this current possible appointments?
Okay, I think constitutionally there are so many criteria, and which one of those criteria is you must be a non-partisan, and number two, you must have some certain educational and age qualification. You must be someone of integrity. You understand? So these are more a part of the criteria. And I just want to give maybe like small breakdown of how this process, the processes
Carry on.
of this nomination. So the president submits this list to the board, which the Senate and the other chairman or other board members are present. So the Senate House kind of vets this process, kind of the persons that he is bringing, they cross-check it, and then the House of Assembly equally have a role to play here too. You get so those processes, and according to Section 153, subsection 1 of the Constitution, which says that there shall be an independent electoral commission composed of chairman and other members. And I've mentioned the qualification and mentioned, their roles. And the council roles here is more like to advise the president, just to advise the president, while the Senate House Senate House is meant to more like vet too. So when the president brings the number of people or his nominees, the council members will advise him on those nominees. They will equally go ahead to cross-check these people's educational, background and the rest of other criteria that I mentioned to know if they are fit into the position, if they fit the position, and then go ahead, the Senate House now go ahead to equally vet it. But I have some reservations as regards this, because I remember when we said this earlier, I said, why does it have to be the president that will nominate or appoint this set of persons? I'm seeing that there is a gap. There is a transparency gap. Because if you check the political landscape in Nigeria, in the next 2020, in 2027, coming 2027, the president will equally contest for this position, presidential position. So why would he have to be the one to nominate or appoint the INEC chairman? So it's you could see that there is a disconnection, or there is a loophole there that, I mean, he is not supposed, for me, he's not supposed to be the one to appoint.
So we need to amend that constitutionally, because it is in our constitution. But we are seeing early preparation now. Do you think that this is signaling political preparedness ahead of the 2027 election?
Yeah, some sorts. It's kind of maybe like that, because I mean, we have been talking about reforms and the rest of them. Even when the former INEC chairman, it's not supposed to more like resign this early, though they said he went on leave, but right now he has resigned. He has, like, I think 2 months remaining. He still has, time to probably put things in place before leaving, and then we're hearing that we now have acting INEC chairman. From acting INEC chairman, it wasn't even up to 3 days. We now have possible nominations, for the INEC chairman position. So for me, I feel like this is a plan towards the 2027 election, but at the same time, we still see it as it unfolds. Exactly,
we'll still see how all of this unfolds. But the most important thing on every Nigerian mind is, can this current INEC team or the new INEC team deliver free, fair elections, Mr. Wisdom? Do you think they can? Okay, so first off, while I was going through this particular this thing, something occurred to me. First, we go through the Constitution, Section 154, subsection 1. It says, the appointment of the chairman and members of the Independence Electoral Commission shall be made by the president and vetted by the Senate. Now, that is constitutionally binding. But I have a problem with that, because when you look at what happened in the election in 2023, you find out that what happened there was power grabbing. And it was not even something that was pretended to be done. It was elaborate, it was planned. And when we look at it and the kind of government we practice in Nigeria, or we're supposed to be practicing in Nigeria, we're supposed to be a democratic country. And an independent body should not be appointed by a body that they are actually, to put in place and elect. It makes no sense that a president would have to put somebody that will have to elect him, because at the end of the day, what it creates this system of godfatherism where the people that he's putting in there would have to return the favor, because what he's doing right now is he's vetting them and he's putting them out there. And there is no way, just like me now as a person, and somebody puts me in place of power, I would want to return the favor to the person, non-negotiably. So I feel this section of the Constitution needs to be amended, because it sets a precedence for those in power to have continuous power grab, and it doesn't do well for the country. It doesn't, Mr. Wisdom. To be honest, it doesn't, because at the end of the day, when we are clamoring for electoral reforms, we should also look at our constitution and see what exactly encourages this electoral mishaps that we face when it concerns elections and electing people into power. Now, just finally on this particular story, for opposition parties now that are looking at this, we have seen the nominees for the INEC chairman position. How do we think that they are going to receive this? I'm going to ask you, Mr. Wisdom and Ifoma, but Ifoma, go first.
Okay. I think to them, they will feel like the ruling party have already taken the crown. Because when a president is appointing the chairman of INEC, it means there's no hope for them. It means, they are just coming to act or form like, oh, we are the opposition, but at the end of the day, they are not the ones that will decide what the outcome will be. the outcome has already been decided even before the election date. And then I wanted to say something, because it's not just the opposition that have a role to play here in maybe trying to see if there is possibility of changing this constitution. I believe that both the citizens, the civil society, the media, I mean the entire country need to probably, if it's a peaceful protest, then let's engage in a peaceful protest. It's not supposed to be so. In a country that practices democracy, it's not supposed to be so. So I'm saying maybe if all hands, if everybody can come out en masse and kind of try to fight, because for me, I'm feeling like this is another opportunity for the president, the current president, to equally impose himself the second time on Nigerians, because you could see that there are a lot of speculations during 2023 that he forced himself on us through the former INEC chairman, and now he's appointing the new one to equally force himself on us the second time. So I think maybe it is time for Nigerians, the entire Nigerians, both home and abroad, to team up to see if there is possibility of amending this particular constitution.
All right, Ifoma. Now, Mr. Wisdom, we just heard what Ifoma said, and he mentioned the fact that the current administration, or the current president, imposed himself on Nigerians during the last election. Now, moving forward, the same question now I'm asking the opposition party: is there hope for true, free, fair play when it comes to the 2027 elections, and for opposition as well to play free and fair during the election in 2027?
Okay, so first I want to bring your attention to the 2023 election. When it was being organized, people had hopes. Why? Because of the introduction of electronical accreditation, IREV and all of that. And the hope that people had was that things would be transparent this time around.
Yeah.
The kind of mago that these people played then. Now, this is somebody that was not even appointed by Tinubu. This is just somebody that Tinubu has an influence over. Because think about it. The election, the results that were displayed in the polling unit were not the same results that were displayed on IREV. And this is somebody that you don't even appoint this person. This person was appointed by somebody else. Like something that Mr. Sacramento said earlier, he said, INEC people, they are puppets. The independence should be taken away completely. Now, there's something you said concerning going for protests. I want to ask you, how many protests have we done in this country? How many? We did NSAS. What did it bring about? I mean, the intimidation of police is still, police brutality is still a thing in Nigeria. We did Sorosoke. They had to imprison this man. What's his name? Sowore. He's there now. We did end bad government. We did. How many protests have we done in this country? The truth about the matter is, the only way that this 2027 election is going to not be free and fair, but have an attainable result that maybe what the people want is if the major people, the major players have a coalition and come together. If you're waiting for INEC are already puppets. Like what what's his name, Oladimeji said, remove the eye, leave the neck, because the eye, there's no way you can tell me somebody's independent.
No longer independent.
You're not independent. It doesn't make any sense, honestly.
All right.
Okay,
So what?
Okay.
All right.
To what he said. I think apart from the protest, I think maybe there should be an opportunity for both the civil society, the media, to equally involve in this protest, in this process, this process of nomination. If you're nominating certain person, I think we should actively be involved in this process.
How?
In the sense that we equally question this set of persons.
They have to be screened.
We equally vet
They
these
have to be
people.
vetted by Nigerians.
Yes, we screen this set of persons. We vet and sign this set of persons. It shouldn't just be the Senate House or the councillors.
They said that the DSS has done some background checks.
Which kind of, the DSS is also under the presidency.
So what we are saying now is that it seems as though currently the #1 body in the state that is supposed to be in charge of free fair election is already compromised.
Very compromised.
Now, you are suggesting that the major strong opposition political office holders or political party, people that are involved in politics in Nigeria should come together, have a coalition, one voice, and that way they can achieve what we want them to achieve.
Yeah.
So do you think that ADC has met that standard?
Personally, I feel ADC is playing politics. That's just, there's no two ways about it, because first off, they've not come out to declare a candidate yet. We're not sure if P2B is in ADC or in LP. We know that Atiku is planning to run, but he has also come out to say that if he sees a credible young...
Oh, yeah. That was debunked. He came out to say that he didn't say that.
Okay, that's been debunked. So I feel ADC is still shaky. There is no structure yet. And without that structure, without that certainty, we can't be sure. And ADC is the only hope to having such coalition in Nigeria.
He is dead.
I don't even want to talk about it.
So you're
right
saying now that ADC is not reliable when it concerns having strong...
At the moment, they are really not reliable.
Okay, they are not. Now, if they are not reliable, INEC is in shambles. What is now the hope of the common man in Nigeria?
I just mentioned it.
Grab it, run with it.
I just mentioned it.
He already told us the last time he came. Now he said he's going to snatch it by force, run with it.
All right. Now we've gotten two different perspectives, but they're actually alike when you look at it deeply. The fact that we all agree that INEC needs reform. Our electoral processes needs to be reformed, how we run these elections. But also, we also cannot forget the fact that we as Nigerians are the people who can call the shots, right? I would want us to also remember that if our votes were not as important, then they would not put as much effort into buying those said votes. So even as much as we say there's rigging and there is a lot of mago, like Mr. Wisdom said, at the end of the day, the vote still lies with us as Nigerians. Okay. And it is up to you to decide what you want to do with that vote. Are you selling your vote? And are you also going to sell your future by doing that? Or are you going to stand on what you truly believe in come 2027? Like we always say, the ball is in your court. We'll all cover all of that as time unfolds. Now we have to move on quickly to the next story that we have for today. So the PDP Northern Bloc has come out to back Goodluck Jonathan for 2027. So in a surprising twist now, within opposition politics, a faction of Northern PDP leaders, they've thrown their support behind acting National Chairman Umar Damagum and endorsed former President Goodluck Jonathan as a presidential candidate for 2027. Now, one of the things that they listed here was the fact that it is only Goodluck Jonathan that has all it takes to bring about unity across all boards and also restore the faith that people have in that's PDP again. And they said a whole lot of things, and they also said that the Northerners are ready to back him fully. I already know what Informa is going to say. Oh, Goodluck is not interested. He's as the spokesperson for Goodluck. So I'm going to start with you, Mr. Wisdom. Now, with the kind of support that we have been seeing, not just support, but battle and opposition against Goodluck Jonathan. Although he has not come out to publicly debunk the fact that there has been a lot of rumors that he might return to the political scene, neither has he come out to say, yes, that he is actually returning. With all of this surrounding Mr. Goodluck Jonathan's return, what happens if he actually doesn't return? Because now a faction of the PDP Northerners have come out to say that he has the ability to restore peace and unity. Is there no other candidate that can do that? If Ifeoma is correct, and Goodluck Jonathan refuses to return.
Okay, so this is quite tricky because first off, we don't really know, apart from Goodluck Jonathan, any other person that PDP is endorsing for 2027.
We heard they're also trying to bring back Mr. P2B.
I mean, P2B, let's not even, because it's obvious that he's not going back there. Let's call a spade a spade. It would be detriment to his personality for him to jump from PDP to LP and then from LP to PDP. So I'm not certain that is going to be possible. And now for Goodluck Jonathan, at the end of the day, these people are politicians. You get? We can't completely say that they are not interested in politics because, I mean, that's why they're out there. But the truth being told, amongst every other past leader in Nigeria, at least we know that Goodluck, when he was in power, he tried for the country, even though that he didn't tackle all the necessary things that needed to be tackled. But when you're looking at his track record, Nigeria was far better off when he was in power than it is currently. Now, him coming back into the political scene is kind of a mixed baggage. A mixed baggage because, one, he's not really the type of person that you say is really strong to face things head on.
You mean strict now?
Yeah,
or
strict.
I understand.
But then he is somebody that I feel has the interests of Nigerians at heart. But with the opposition that they are going against, which is Tinubu, him being in the political space right now is going to be a kind of a problem for those who actually want Nigeria to be better. If we want Tinubu out of there, these whole factions that we are creating, there's Jonathan, there's P2B, there's Atiku. These three people, the best thing that can happen. Thank you.
Yes, the head is running.
The best thing that can happen right now is let these people come together. Exactly. Instead of going and looking for political parties to left for me, I don't know if it's going to be possible. P2B, Jonathan, if the two of them come together and then Atiku backs them as a godfather, and it would actually go well. There's no way that they won't win the election.
So are you saying like president, vice president? Right?
Exactly.
But that can't work because
it's
they are
definitely
both
not going
Southerners.
to work. It's not going to work, but I'm just saying, yeah, or P2B, Atiku. But even if it's not going to be that they are going to contest together, but the three of them
agree
come together,
okay, I get what
put
you're saying.
their structures together, because I mean, Jonathan has people. If Atiku joins with P2B, the north is secured. If P2B comes, the southeast is secured. If Jonathan comes, the south is secured. There's no way. I mean, the rigging is going to be there. The mago is going to be there. But we're certain that at least this set of people that actually have the good interest, the interest of Nigeria at heart, are going to get this election won. But if we leave it the way we're doing it right now, there's nothing. Tinubu will win the election.
Tinubu will win the election. Now, just to give us your summary.
Yeah, you know, I'm still banking on what I said earlier.
Yes.
You people should leave this man alone. Leave him alone. He does not want to become the president. He's tired. He's retired. Let him act as an elder statesman. But yeah, let me just make quick comment on this. Now, we remember when this whole case or situation, this topic sufficed earlier on, and I mentioned the 137 Constitution, the 1999 Constitution, which was amended in 2018, which states that anybody that has been positioned or sworn in to complete another person's tenure can only run just once. And we could see that Goodluck Jonathan has achieved that. He completed Yar'Adua's tenure from 2010 to 2011, and he was elected back into office till he left office in 2015. So you could see that if we are to go by this legally or constitutionally, he's not even supposed to vie or even have the interest to run for 2027 election. Calm down. But I equally mentioned, was it as last week, that this was 2018, was amended in 2018. We are in 2025. That is not legally for me binding for me as a citizen. I feel like maybe that constitution does not really hold water at this point because that was 2018. So I think if he should equally come up for 2027 presidential election, then the Supreme Court have to settle this particular case. They have to decide.
They said it has been settled.
They have to decide still if he can still run for the 2027.
So that's what
election.
I'm telling you now. Well, they have decided. So because according to what you're saying, I get you. It's something that is controversial. And when the PDP, this particular faction, came out to talk about their support for former President Goodluck Jonathan, they also cited this particular issue of whether he is constitutionally allowed to run for the presidency again in 2027, and they said the court has already cleared him.
Okay, if the court has cleared him, I still think that them endorsing him, it's not really right. Why do I say that it's not right? He still needs to, run primaries. There are other candidates that still need to come up for this presidential election. Why endorsing one person?
No, that's not a problem. A lot of other people have done that. A lot of other parties.
I'm just bringing that to our attention. And then let's look at it from the broader view. Political landscape in Nigeria, we already know that we have P2B as a southerner, and we have Jonathan as a southerner, and we equally have Atiku on the other side, and then we have Tinubu. Why are these people that feel like they want the betterment of Nigeria, or they want Nigeria political landscape to change? You're talking about change, reformation in 2027, but you're trying to divide people, you're trying to divide votes. Now let's look at this. If these three people should contest for presidential election, we are seeing that Atiku is not backing down, but let's see if Tinubu should contest. He is contesting, obviously. Let's see if what's his name, Goodluck Jonathan, will contest. Let's see P2B contesting under this thing, under Labour Party, and these people are southerners. Now imagine how people are going to vote. If you truly want a change in governance, why not unite together to effect change? That's what I'm going with what he said. Because you will see a lot of people, a lot of Nigerians supporting Jonathan, because they will say that during his tenure, he ran well. I mean, he wasn't able to do a lot of things, but to an extent, he did well. Far better than what we are seeing today. Then we'll talk about P2B. P2B has large followings too. You understand? So it's more like people will support Jonathan. You will still see people that will support what's it called, P2B.
So what you're saying now is there's going to be a political divide when it comes to voting now and zoning. Because if people are still looking at this from a tribalistic point of view, because for a very long time, I've said it before on the show, tribalism, poverty, illiteracy, they've been weapons that politicians have maximized and used against Nigerians. Now, if Nigerians are still thinking, oh, he's from the South, I'm going to vote him because he's from the South, I think then we still need a whole lot of work to be done. Although that is the case, that is the truth, people are still going to ask, where is he coming from? But if that is your number one question, then I think there's still a lot. I want Wisdom to comment. Okay,
sure,
so I'll give you the
tribalism. But you remember that these people have been, Tinubu them and his cohorts have been in power for how many years now? How many times have a southerner ruled Nigeria? Why not give, since these people cannot deliver, why not give a southerner? I
think we are saying the same thing at the end of the day. But Wisdom, what's your take?
So what I was trying to talk about was, first of all, you mentioned that he was endorsed. Endorsement doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to run. You get? So them coming out to endorse him is not really bad.
How will others feel?
What are you talking about? It's not about politics.
It's not about
politics. Nobody cares about your
playing
feelings.
Politics, because their endorsement, now what their endorsement does is, even if they endorse him and he decides to form a coalition with P2B, the people who have endorsed him, he still has their support. So it's not like they're endorsing him and he has to be president of Nigeria.
And I just want to also reinform us that the APC have come out to publicly say that they are standing behind President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That is them endorsing him. And they've also come out to make the primaries open. They want people to come and contest in the primaries. Now, this is the APC. PDP has come out to immediately zone their ticket to the South. So people endorsing people or parties endorsing individuals is not a new thing. It's a political move. It depends on, they've always done it before. They will continue to do it. It's not, okay, how would these people, nobody cares, especially in Nigerian politics. Your feelings don't matter when you are doing politics in Nigeria. I don't know if that's all you have to say, because we're moving to the next story.
Another thing is, these people are politicians at the end of the day, and when we think about how much they spend just for primary tickets, you will now find out that they really don't care about Nigeria.
To make money.
They want to make their money back. It's not really about going to help Nigeria, or because if I spend 100 million just for primary tickets, and then I'll now include campaigns and all of that. By the end of the day, I'm spending millions, hundreds of millions of
And
naira.
who is benefiting?
And then when I get into power, definitely I'm trying to make my money back, you get? But when the process to getting into power is so rigorous like that, what do you expect? People want to be, you know, it's a business.
It is.
It is at the end of the day.
It has become a business, a side hustle, not even a side, a main hustle for most of these politicians. And that is why when we see news like this, at least it gives us a glimmer of hope. And I'm talking about the news about the 318 million naira fraud. So a former FCTA director has been sentenced to 24 years. Now, he was convicted for diverting 318 million naira meant for public projects. The EFCC secured the conviction after a prolonged investigation and trial. So this particular case has gained highlight, and it has opened our eyes to corruption in the civil service and raised question about enforcement, oversight, and recovery of stolen funds. Now, my own question is this: how was it possible that this fraud went on for so long and it was undetected until now?
This is your question, Joe. It's more like, how is it that Nigerian politicians commit a lot of crimes and atrocities and it goes undetected? That is the way the question
they are in power.
To me. You understand?
No, I'm just asking that you clarify. Why are they sentencing him to 24 years imprisonment if this has been going on for a long time?
Make I just talk, make I dilute her. Now, this person, 380 million, how much is 380 million compared to what Mahmoud Yakubu siphoned during his time?
We don't have evidence.
Even Yahaya Bello.
Exactly.
But they will tell you that there's no evidence for that.
How much is the current president putting in his pockets?
You have the facts for that.
Calm down. We know all these things.
No, we are talking about the ICPC. No, let me explain something to you. This is us trying to bring facts and data together. No, I'm going to interrupt you on that because you are talking about data, right? And I'm saying that it's not as though we don't know these things, right? But when you are talking to the ICPC or to the EFCC, it's as though you are going to the EFCC to say, oh, my village chairman siphoned 200 million. Oh, really? Where's your proof? That's what I'm saying. Okay. That we know these things happen, but they won't give us any data to prove it.
Okay, so can I continue now?
Please, ma'am.
Now, I actually painted that scenario for you to get how things are in Nigeria. Now, this person that they are saying he embezzled 380 million, the way I'm seeing it is that they are making this person a scapegoat.
Exactly my
because
point.
He has come out to say that the person that actually told him or sent him to do this is more like his superiors.
That's true.
So you're now holding him ransom because you cannot hold his superiors ransom.
Exactly.
And let me equally bring to your attention that the 24 years imprisonment is not obtainable, it's not achievable, because I've checked, I read the entire news. It's actually 4 years imprisonment. It's not even 24 years. So the 24 years is just to make the headline. It's supposed to, they said that he was convicted on 6 counts. So each count is 4 years. Each count is 4 years, which is totaling 24 years, which is 24 years times by 6 is giving you like 144 years.
No, that's 4 years times by 6.
No, I'm calculating the count.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's 6 charges, okay, right? And it's 4 years per charge.
So 4 times by 6 will give you how many?
It's also 24.
Okay, which is 24 years. But I'm telling you right now, it's running concurrently on just 4 years. If you read the news,
I read the news.
If you read the news, what you're going to see there is 4 years, and they're equally giving him the opportunity to bail himself with about 1.something billion naira, so that he will not stay in prison. So if you're talking about people obtaining or Nigerians trying to change the justice system, there is nothing like changing the justice system in Nigeria. It is still the way it is. Because if you're sentencing him to 24 years, you're supposed to first of all investigate his superiors that, according to him, sent him to go and embezzle the funds. And if you check the account, it's not even his own account. It was more like splitted. He was sending it to a certain account, and at the end of the day, it was a foreign account that we found the money in. So you could see that he's clearly that it's not even him that owns the money. They sent him that message.
You know, that's where we have a discrepancy, because if Ifeoma is correct, the man came out to say that it is superior that he was working for. Now, there's a problem that I have with these people when they're conducting their investigation. They always stop halfway. They don't follow it through to the end. Now, someone has come out to say this person that you've caught red-handed stole 318 million naira, right, has come out to tell you that my superior were involved. There were other people that were involved in this. What are they doing to investigate what this man has come out to say? And apart from that, the 318 million, how sure are they that that is the complete amount of money that was siphoned? Is there more? If there is, how much is it? Who signed it off? Because like you rightfully said, it came out in different batches, 22 million naira here, 300 and something million naira here, and it accumulated to 318 million naira currently. Now, I'm also asking, they've come out to tell us what is going on now. 24 years imprisonment. Is that enough? And should the investigation still continue? Years. I'm telling you it's 24 years. Okay. Continue.
Okay, so first off here, I feel like what Solek said, Ifeoma said. This whole thing is, I feel what happened here is either he has done something to offend his superiors, and then they decided to use him as scapegoat. Because you won't tell me this is the first time that we've heard such a thing happening in Nigeria. I mean, Yahaya Bello's own has not even ended. And we saw him the other day, he was calling people and telling them to sit down, and he was talking to them.
Yes,
somebody that has embezzled billions. Yes. I mean, that's one. Are we going to talk about the Senate president?
Let's have it.
Are we going to talk about every other person that has been moving money in this country? And mind you, give it time and you'll hear that this particular case has been solved.
That's my problem with this.
He's not going to be in any prison. That's just the honest truth. He's not going to be there. Because, number one, how can you tell me that somebody came and told you during your investigation that he's not the one that owns this money, and you cannot go further and make proper investigation to be very sure that, okay, what this person is saying is true. Debunk it. Give us fact check that this thing that this person is saying is a lie. Let it not be that, okay, this person lied against his superiors.
Yes.
But coming and putting the whole thing on this particular person that is the one that moved the money. And to start with, 300 and something million naira in Nigeria for a politician, that is chicken change, because this is money that these niggas used to use to travel outside the country and spend in a week. So
a day.
What is even a week? They use that for renovation of one of their houses.
I mean, it wasn't not the other time that we were hearing that they used
symmetry.
Not even symmetry, the one that they used in police, that they were eating biscuit and whatever.
22.2 million naira.
It makes no sense, the kind of money that they call in this country sometimes. So this whole thing that they're telling us that this man is going to be in prison for 20-something years is a lie. It's not going to be there. Check it a few months from now. What's going to happen? Because to tell you that this thing, they know what they are doing. They've come out and said that the bail is 1-point-something billion naira. Do they know that he does not have that money before putting it there? Obviously, he has the money to pay. Because, I mean, that kind of money is a joke. It is a joke.
And you see, they said, that's why I asked, why is it that this went on for so long? And this has started from 2012. So we are seeing from this is what? 2025. Okay. Now, 2012 and then 2013. 318. See, if you are looting and you loot 318 million naira in Nigeria, they will not see as a serious
Sorry for cutting you
politician.
short. There's something else that I wanted to talk about.
All right.
It's the fact that Nigeria has a culture of recovering money, and none is ever accounted for. Zero. I mean, Abacha's loot that we've been hearing that they've been recovering for years now. Who has come out to tell us that this is what the money that we recover from Abacha's loot was used for? Every day we'll be hearing that they went to go and borrow from this, borrow from this, borrow from this. But we are recovering money, millions, billions of dollars actually, and we're using it for nothing. Where's it going to?
That's a very valid point. And they're looking for how to generate tax.
Sharon, let me equally tell you that when an ordinary civilian steals 20,000 naira from a shop, is either number one, the person is subjected to jungle justice, or that person is imprisoned for life. 50,000 naira, 20,000 naira. What is it compared to how much these people loot in government offices is to tell you
but
that
you know, I also
there
want
is
to
nothing like
ask,
justice system in Nigeria.
with this coming to the public, do you think that somehow the Nigerian government is on its way to curbing corruption? Because other people, other politicians are going, even though we don't know the future, we don't know if this 24 years is actually going to be carried out or he's going to bail himself out. We don't know if further investigations will be carried out. But with what we have now, seeing a news headline like 24 years imprisonment for corrupt politician, do you think now that other corrupt politicians will take a step back?
There's nothing like curbing corruption in Nigeria, because when your president is already indicted for drug trafficking and corrupt practices, and that indictment is still active till today, what are you expecting the minions to do? I mean, from Oga on the top is already a core criminal. What are you expecting?
You know, this is the reason why they took Sowore to court for calling the president a
but
criminal.
it is the truth. The facts are out there. Go there, it's out there. I mean, are they not the ones that are blocking the US from releasing its documents? What are they hiding? No, that's the question we ask. What are they hiding?
What are they hiding?
This question you just asked. Shay, Mr. Wisdom here is a citizen. Shay, you are a citizen. Shay, I am a citizen. We are reacting based on what we just saw on the news, and we are telling you that this person is being used as a scapegoat. You know,
there's nothing. That nigga has just been used as a scapegoat. It's just the truth.
There's nothing like, you know, the justice system or the politicians or the government teaching towards, you know, justice, obtaining justice in Nigeria. There's nothing like that. We understand that all these things are games.
It's a fallacy.
Once you fall their hand, they'll trap you. And when they trap you, maybe probably you butter them up, apologize to them, they'll release you. So long as
now,
you are in the upper echelon.
As long as you stop playing to their cards, you become a prey. But when you refrain from that, you become their friend and they give you that covering. That's what we're hearing today. Anyways, this is where we're going to call it a wrap on the show. Thank you very much, Mr. Wisdom Okechukwu, for your first appearance on Active Citizens. We hope to see more of that. Definitely. And of course, to Ifomawadi, thank you for joining me in the show as always. And to our VIP viewers, we thank you for your comments, your shares, and your likes. We encourage you to keep on doing so. If you're yet to follow us across all social media platforms, please endeavor to do so. Find us at Active Citizens. You can also find me on my personal page on Instagram and Facebook at Sharon Enemchukwu. And you?
You can find me on Facebook at Oji Ifoma and on Instagram at Miselex.
Mr. Wisdom.
Okay, you can find me on all social media platforms at Official Zosia.
All right. So that's Z-O-S.
Z-O-S-I-A.
All right. So till we see you tomorrow, do have a good evening.